If you feel like no matter what happens, what different phases you go through in life, what different things that have happened, that life just does not seem to be changing for the better, it may be time to start looking within. As Hermetic philosophy states, as within, so without. You may be familiar with the universal laws. The Law of Correspondence states, our external world is a direct reflection of what's inside us. Hi everyone, my name's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk about the awareness of our thoughts. This is such a crucial part of changing your life for the better. And a lot of this deep spiritual work really calls for so much accountability, so much responsibility, so much honesty within ourselves, because when it all comes down to it, it's our own experience. No matter who we depend on or who we want to come in and save us, it really comes down to you and what moves you make, what learning you continue to do and strive for to change things around. Because at no fault of many of us, in some cases in our lives, things have happened to us. And although that doesn't seem fair, there's deeper meanings to that. And we have to figure out what the next steps are to improve our lives. We've got to strive to learn through it so that things can get better and that we never have to go through something like that again, because we're wise and we've passed the test. So as we are on this journey to heal and to experience so much better in our world, it all starts with our thought processes. We have to be aware of what it is that we're thinking. What is going on in our mind? What is it within us? What's in our heart? Throughout the day, I think they say we have like 80,000 thoughts. So that's a lot to keep track of, but you can start taking steps to making these changes in your life, just slowly starting today. And as you're going through life, as you're driving, as you're thinking, as you're cleaning, as you're doing dishes, as you're sitting, as you're working, we're all thinking things. So as this calls for an awareness of what is passing through, if you have never practiced thought awareness or stopping and observing what you're thinking often, it is definitely something that you have to just keep being mindful of. There are definitely practices to control your mind. I definitely recommend meditation, as I'm sure you've heard, but it's hard to want to do that when you're just going through the motions of life and you just don't want to deal with that. If things seem to really be crashing and things seem to really not be getting better and you really want to see changes, I would highly recommend even starting with 5 minutes a day, sitting there and trying to control your mind, pausing all thinking, focusing on your breathing, and that will really teach you some discipline of your mind, because it does take that. And once you have control of your mind, you are so empowered and you take the reins back on your life. So I would recommend taking the time today to just observe the thoughts that come up. They're just like little bubbles passing through like a screen that you're watching. You are observing these thoughts. And it's important to mention that as you observe these thoughts, if they do seem negative, which if you are experiencing negativity within your life, I can assume that your thought processes are probably more negative. And that is no judgment at all, because we all go through that stuff. We go through these learning periods in our life quite often, that it's just a part of life, is learning and getting better. So the more negative you're thinking, you're probably experiencing negative things within your life, or someone is experiencing negativity in their life, in their experience. And we don't want that. We're all energy and we're all riding on certain frequencies. And I'll post the frequency graph here so that you can see what I'm meaning. We're all at a frequency. and the things that you're hoping for or wanting for or striving for in your life, those things are at, especially on a good consciousness, this is a good consciousness level, the goodness that you're truly wanting for your life is at a certain frequency. And so if someone's frequency is down here and they're wanting to experience love, that is a mismatch. That's not aligned. That isn't on the same frequency. And so that is not going to bring that into the experience. We all want a beautiful life with real joy, and we all want to be able to handle any challenges or things that come up maybe from prior consciousness or energetic frequency that we held yesterday or prior to, and we want to be able to handle that in a healthy, whole way. We can start making these changes by slowing down and by observing the thoughts that are coming up. If there is chaos within you, then there is chaos surrounding you. If you have fear within you, you will experience fear. So we just need to observe what is coming up. So as you're driving, as you are going through the motions of your day, notice any negative thoughts that you have, negative comments that you have about someone that you see in traffic. Seems to be a good lesson for me, especially, is that's where I definitely have to start sending good thoughts, good things out there, because that's all within you. Everything can be switched around, but first it takes just observing what's coming up. What are you feeling? Are you feeling negativity whenever you talk to certain people? When somebody does something, are you insulting them? Are you arguing? All of that, if you're experiencing that, that is within you, and we want to get that out. But first it comes with awareness, and all of that negativity that we're sending out there, even just in our thoughts, is going to be mirrored back to us. So it's so important for us to want better by really working through that stuff and coming from a place of love. We want to see that love reflecting back into our world, because you're so much happier. It's so much better. Who doesn't want love? Who doesn't want real joy? Some people want peace. Some people want to just be content and to not want anything. We all have different desires, but those desires are at a higher frequency, and we're really consistently, or majority of the time, thinking negative. Then we've got to first off notice those patterns, because you have to be honest, you have to be vulnerable and accountable with the fact that, okay, yes, I'm thinking this way. Why am I thinking this way? But don't judge it. Don't be judgmental against those things. Just observe them, just witness them, just notice those patterns, because sometimes whenever it comes to judging as they're coming up, we can start to feel some shame, or we can start to feel some guilt, and that just brings more negativity, and we don't want to do that. And that can sometimes bring dishonesty with ourselves, and then possibly like a victim mentality, and we definitely do not want to go there, because you're not a victim. You are a powerful creator, and you're of God, of source. There's so much power within us that you are not a victim, and the things that have happened to you may not have been your fault or were not your fault, but you are so empowered and you are powerful, and you don't deserve to live with all this heavy, negative stuff that you possibly are carrying around, and it's mirroring back that negative to you, and you deserve all the goodness, all the love, and all of the peace and joy that you can experience. You don't want to judge yourself on the thoughts that come up. Just observe your patterns. For now, I'm going to give you just a simple step just to help as you're observing this stuff and it's coming up, and you want to kind of stop that negativity in its flow, in its frequency. And so I would just use very simple mantra or affirmation for now, just to always come back to as you notice these thoughts coming up, so that you can switch it and kind of get in the habit of seeing it, like noticing that come up and changing it around. And you can really start off with a very slow, achievable affirmation that's not going to knock your ego, or it's not going to knock your nervous system out of whack, thinking like, oh, that's definitely not true. Like, you need to stop making stuff up because that's definitely not true. So you want to start slow when you're affirming something, but to stop that negative frequency from continuing and playing out within you. So even something small like, first of all, you're just telling that thought, no, that's not true. And then you just want to say something that kind of goes with what it is that's going on in your life. So something I like to say is, everything is working out in my highest favor. I am loved and supported by the universe. Let's see, what else do I use? Every day is getting better. Every day I'm feeling better and better. Every day, everything seems to be getting so much better. I am feeling better today. I feel more love within me today. I am filling myself with more love every single day. You can just start with something easy like that. I can maybe post like a couple more in the description just to kind of help. If something just a few steps higher than maybe the negative places that we're kind of in, but not like, I am a millionaire. I'm not full of any negativity at all. You want to just really be at an achievable place that makes you feel safe, doesn't seem too far off, and it definitely is something that you believe. I don't want to make this too long because I feel like my videos just get too long, so I have so much to say, and I have tangents that I go on all the time. But I have some upcoming videos that I want to do. There's definitely ways to break down those negative thought patterns and let them go for good. And so I want to cover more of that in upcoming videos. So definitely subscribe for more. And I not only truly believe in these things that I teach, but this is all stuff that I have or continue to learn and experience and practice every single day. So I definitely love teaching the things that I am doing and seeing results in my life. And so I want to pass that goodness on to you guys that I reach and really seem to resonate with. For right now, just be aware, observe, focus on the achievable good thought or mantra or affirmation that you've set for yourself. Keep coming back to that. Disrupt old negative thought processes that no longer are a part of who you are becoming, who you truly are within. When you drop all of those old things that you used to carry, all of the pain, all of the trauma, all of the things from the past that no longer serve you. Now it's time to let all of that go and be your amazing, beautiful self that you truly are. You deserve it. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.